Hello. Hello. How are we doing? Happy Mindset Monday. Daisha, Sana, Brandon Crimmy is right here. She is ready to interact with you. I need some a little bit closer to my eyes. It's so good. Oh, Jan and Neve, Leah, Emily, hello, Consta Verse, Farauki, I hope I said that right. Duddy, Avimar, Dib, G. Lorraine, Dina, hello. How are we doing? So, what's up? Happy Mindset Monday, everybody. Constance said, the most amazing part of your week. That's so nice of you, Constance. I'm so glad to be a part of that. Hi. And Bunny Cat, too. She said, glad to be a part of it for you. She said, you're welcome that she's here. Brandon says hi. Bianca, hello. Alina, hi. Alina's new. Hello, Alina. I have a cat on my lap, and she's very vocal. She has such a soothing and beautiful and delicate voice. Yeah, you do. This thing is bugging me. Gina Ambrose says, Roxy, you will forever be my manifestation mom. Well, I'm happy to help you with the job and help you with the practice. Lucid, how am I doing? I'm okay. I'll be honest with you guys. I had to put Leo down last week. I know if you watched, you were seeing the beginning stages of that. So it's been a really hard week, I'll be honest. This is someone commented on my nail color. I got this for Leo because this color always reminds me of him because this was the color of the first collar I ever got him. So I always just think of this color as like Leo's blue. So I got my nails this color to... Okay, I don't want to... Anyways, so I've just been figuring out how to be a mom of one, and we're figuring out how to be a one dog family. And also the dog I do have, she's like never been alone a day in her life. So now she kind of has to like, Leo was very safe for all of us. So Mango now is becoming a road dog. She's having to go everywhere with us. So that's been now we're in a new chapter now where we're a one dog fam, but now we also have a road dog that's going everywhere with us. So it's been a, turning of a new page. So anyways, thank you so much for all the kind words, you guys. I appreciate it very much. Yeah, a lot of us are going through it right now. He was 14. He had, lived a long, happy life. So, okay. But thank you guys. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate the kind words. I appreciate the love, and I appreciate you guys, being there for me last week when I was like coming to terms with it, and like I had just, right before I came on live stream, I just talked to my vet and that said it was cancer and it was like really advanced. So that was like just the beginning stages of like the full acceptance of all of it, which was hard. So anyways, how are you guys? How's your week been? Again, thank you for all the love. I appreciate all of you, and thank you for showing up and being here and being a part of the community. Marine says, I'm here after a long ass time. Well, welcome back. Glad you made it. Oh, I need this. So, what have you guys been up to? What's been going on in your world? Elena's doing great. That's awesome to hear. Can you please not put your nails in my pants? She just looks at me. Please? You don't have to hold on to anything. We're not going anywhere. Okay. Alina, I appreciate you. Thank you. Blue Lotus here for the first time. Welcome. Thanks for coming. Mama Asani, thank you very much for the compliment. Thank you. Sana says, I'm good. The change in seasons has really affected me. Okay, so say that the change in seasons has no effect on you except that each change makes you feel even better and greater and more into your ideal and best self. Instead of giving the power over to the season, take it back. Ooh, Alejandra got a new car. That's awesome. Alejandra says, I got a new car. I told myself in March I'd get a new car by November, and it happened. That's amazing. And I wonder what would happen if you told yourself you get a new car by October or September. Not that you didn't do great. I'm just saying that, you gave yourself the deadline, you performed within it, but it probably, well, of course, would have been just as easy and just as valid for you to do it in a shorter amount of time. So maybe on your next one, use the fact that you've seen evidence of return and evidence of success on your ventures when it comes to this kind of stuff. So next time, shorten it, see what happens. Sana says, Winter who? Never heard of her. Quantum, thank you so much for the haircut. Gabriella's pregnant. Yay, congrats. That's so awesome. Alina says, since I found your page, I've been watching every video. You give me a badass woman vibe. Well, that's awesome. And just know that vibe was within you before you found the videos. You just have allowed it to unlock that for you. Somebody asked why I'm breathing heavy. First off, sorry, I'm breathing. Second off, I was just talking about how my dog died last week. And third, Mindset Monday gives me a rush of energy, and I'm my heart is constantly pounding the whole time, and I'm just trying to make it through and show up for you guys. So my bad for breathing. Oh my God. Sometimes the shit people say to you, it's just okay, what? Avimar, I've seen you affirm about your third party multiple times now. Obviously, it's going to keep getting on your nerves if you keep talking, insisting that it's in your reality. Hi, Mally. How are you? Tiffany, hey. Leanne, hey. Got the whole fam. Thank you, Maba. Appreciate you. Sorry, Dina. Dina says, no one is breathing heavier than me, but I'm not on camera. So I guess I'm breathing heavy. My heart is pounding. So I guess I am. I turned my gain down. So I hope you guys don't have to hear me breathing. God forbid I do the one thing that keeps me alive. Shh, no breathing. Okay. Earth to Sammy, also letting the seasons affect you, and it's not about that the seasons are affecting you. It's that you're agreeing that the seasons are affecting you. You're affirming that the seasons are affecting you, and you're living your life as if the seasons were affecting you. So, as Sana said, Winter who? Amreen, who had cancer? My dog had cancer, and I had to put him down. That's what I was talking about. That was last week. Okay. What a fucking Monday already. Yay. Beck Medina, I appreciate you, babe. Thank you so much. I also saw that you were coming to the SPW chat. So I was like, oh, she's coming. So it'll be good to see you again. Also, if you don't know anybody that's in the specific person workshop, if you're in my Manifest a Specific Person workshop, we're having a free group Zoom chat session on December 1st. I was going to say via Zoom, but I'd already said that. December 1st via Zoom. Anybody that's in the Specific Person workshop, you can come to it. It's free. It'll be kind of like Mindset Monday, except it'll be like a Zoom chat face-to-face. And Dina says holds breath for 2 hours. Yes, that's my goal for next week. Hopefully I'll be able to hold my breath long enough. So you don't have to hear me. What is it? Surviving, subsisting. Okay. Oh yeah. So anybody in the Specific Person workshop, please join us for the group chat happening December 1st, 1 p.m. PST, 1 to 3 via Zoom. You would have already gotten a link from me this weekend, but if you haven't, check your email first, search for Roxy Talks first. And then if you haven't gotten it, you can email us at hello@roxytalks.com and they'll get that link to you. Otherwise, check your inbox. And if you want to sign up for the workshop before that live chat so you can be a part of it, Leanne just linked it. So I'm going to pin it to the chat. Ping message. Thanks, Leanne. All right. Tommy says, love the podcast with Tara Strong. Very insightful as I'm manifesting/embarking on becoming an actor. I am the leading man. Yes. That's awesome. Thank you. That was a really fun one to do, obviously. Okay. Ibrahim, thank you very much for the kind words. Duddy, thank you so much for the super chat. And Beck again, too. Both of you, thank you. Duddy says, first off, love you, and I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you. I appreciate it. I was wondering if it is possible to manifest someone else becoming a conscious manifestor. Yeah, absolutely. Because them in your reality is just a reflection of you. And right now you are reflecting and describing them and projecting them, I guess, is the way to look. You're kind of like a projector, and the 3D reality is the screen. So you're like projecting them to be not consciously manifesting. So if you now start to describe them as conscious manifestors, visualize them as conscious manifestor. When they don't do conscious manifesting, when it's the time when you're like, oh, I wish they would be when you're I'm going to use the word criticizing, but when you're criticizing their abilities or judging their abilities, that's when you want to do it even more, is like in real time when you're reacting. So glad that they are consciously manifesting and they totally get it and they're totally on board. So you got to change the story for them, and then they will, the projection will be reflected in the 3D. Much like if I wanted to change the movie I was watching, I would have to change it in the projector before it could change on the wall, the screen. I couldn't manipulate the screen to please everybody hear this, especially of those of you who are working on Specific Person. Please understand. I know that it doesn't feel sexy and effective to work on yourself and do the work and love yourself first. Everybody's like, oh, I don't want to do that first. I don't want to love myself first. Like, I think most people will probably be aghast at the amount of people I've heard say, I don't want to do that work. I don't want to do that work. I just rather trying to fuck with the screen that the projection is being projected onto. I'd rather try to manipulate things by messing with the screen than actually change the movie I'm playing. Do you understand how ridiculous that sounds? Do you know why that's why your manifestations are not coming through? Because you refuse to look at it in a fucking logical way and go about it the right way? We're so wrapped up in what other people are doing and how they are not fulfilling what you need them to do. And you're not doing the shit that you need you to do, which is change the fucking movie, change the script, change the words going on in your mind, change the way you're reacting, and stop making everybody else be the problem. Sorry. That wasn't me yelling at you guys. That was your... I mean, I guess it was. It wasn't my personal feelings about you. It's just what they want to say sometimes. It's like, this is me talking, get your head out of your ass. Like, get your head out of your ass and pay attention to what works and what doesn't, and quit bitching about your life constantly. And I mean that with love. I mean that as somebody who used to constantly bitch about their life and had to stop. I had to teach myself how to not bitch about life. You guys think I was always a positive person? I wasn't. You guys think I was always like this super like nice person? No, I was a fucking bitch to people. I was mean. I was toxic. I was not the nicest person to be around. I didn't have good thoughts going on in my head. I had to develop a thick skin when I was younger to deal with what I had to deal with. And that in turn, I externalized it in a way that was putting my feelings internally that hurt my pain onto others externally. And I had to teach myself to not do that anymore. So when I see people, the same people over and over, just harping on the same shit over and over, I lose my patience for it. If you don't like it, stop saying that fucking sentence. Like, I have no other words to say to you. If you don't like the way someone's acting, quit saying they're acting like that. If you don't like the way the world's working out for you, quit fucking saying it's doing that to you. It's your words. It's your words. It's your words. It's your words. If it's happening to you, it's because you keep saying it's happening to you. If you stop saying that that was happening to you, watch what happens. You will, at the very least, lessen it dramatically. So it's like, sometimes, yeah. Someone said I'm whooping. Oh, Malachi, of course, whooping ass with words today. I kind of am right now. Like the energy is like, let's get this shit together, because we're wasting so much time crying and worrying about what other people are doing and not doing, making it them that's the problem, when you refuse to look internally at what you're doing that is creating that cycle over and over in your life. Whew. Sana says, Leanne, I'm so grateful for your time stamp. So am I, Leanne. Thank you. The other day, I literally texted Leanne. I didn't send it because I actually happened to find it, but I was editing the Tara Strong thing and I was looking for the clip where she's talking to me like Bubbles. And I literally had the text in the chamber, like, did you happen to timestamp when Tara like talked to me like Bubbles? But then I like came upon it right then. So I was like, whew, didn't have to send that text. Okay. Ooh, Kirsten, love it. Kirsten says, I manifested $4,000 last week and another $2,700. Stop sleeping on self-concept work. There is no other thing. It's, again, it blows my mind. Like, it's like people refuse to accept the fact that self-concept is the only work. It's not just the most important work. It's the only work. Again, self-concept is like looking at the movie that the projector is playing and being pissed at the movie, not liking what the movie, and being mad at the screen. Being mad at the darkness for allowing that light to shine through. It's the fucking thing you're projecting, for the love of God. Like, it's you. It's the self, yourself, that is manifesting. How could it not be self-concept that is the answer to all of it? It doesn't make, it's the only thing that makes sense. I'm fired up today. It's not my fault. Sorry. I intend to be an open channel on Mindset Monday. So again, a lot of this stuff is not, I don't say it's from me. It's like through me. So Mike says, oh, I miss you, Roxy, yelling at me. Okay, good. Because then I feel bad. I'm like, oh God, I yelled at them. I'm yelling at strangers on the internet. It's something I'm very against. And then here I am doing it. But I'm doing it with love. Kirsten, they're asking you to talk about how you affirmed for your nice little experience you had, your manifestation. Ooh, Quantum Dynamic manifested 17K in Indian rupees today. Hello, congratulations. We're rolling in dough. Tiffany says, please, people, listen to this valuable advice from Roxy. Everyone and everything you experience in your life is a direct reflection of the thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions you have about everything. Exactly. There is no other way. There's no way to do it outside from in. It doesn't work like that. Lauren says, the heated rants always give me confidence and the kick in the ass I need. Okay, good. All right, good. I do need to hear that, honestly, because I do feel really bad sometimes. I'm like, fuck, I went in there and just screamed. They came on here to ask me a question about their situation that they're very sensitive about, and I fucking screamed at them. That's why, like, that goes through my head every Monday after I get off. I'm like, why am I doing this? I feel really bad about it, but also it's like, I'm not like trying to hurt you. Like, I'm just trying to like maybe no one said it to you in this way before, and hopefully it'll, ring in a different way than it has before. Brandon says, at least you're not yelling at strangers on the street. Okay, it's so fucking funny that you said that because, oh man. So we just watched, Malachi sent me a video from Candace Owens the other day, and she's talking about the extreme likelihood that the government might like shut down the internet, like go internet wide. And like what would happen if we lost all the internet, right? Obviously, I don't have a business. Money is kind of, tangled up in the internet in a lot of ways for a lot of people. And anyways, I told my husband, we were just talking about like what we would do and stuff like that. We're just like making little plans. Oh yeah, if anybody wants to give me a Christmas present, you don't have to. I'm just totally kidding. But I want to get like medicine herb books. Like that's kind of what I'm into next. I want to start looking at actual real world healing. Like before there was big pharma and pharmacology in general, like what, or, I guess advanced scientific studies, whatever, on herbs. Like medicine was herbs at some point. So I want to start looking into like healing in that way. But I was telling my husband, I was like, I've always thought I was going to live in a post-apocalyptic town, and then I was going to like run the town. Like, I don't know why, but that's just something I just expect to be in my future. And so me and my husband were just talking about like, because my husband's good at everything. He can execute. Like he's good at planning, doing, building, making, fixing anything. He's really fucking good at stuff. So we were just talking about like what kind of assets we would be. And then I was like, you know what? I don't think I would want to be the leader. I think I would more want to be like this, like the medicine woman, the sage person. And then I got this vision in my head of like standing on the street corner. Because how else am I going to reach people? How else am I going to spread the word and help people, get the mindset right to move on past this, like, this massive change in society. And I literally had a vision of myself like what movie is, I think it's like Charles Barkley. Oh, it's Little Nicky, right? Little Nicky and Charles Barkley's like standing on the corner with the bell. So I thought of myself like that this just yesterday. And Brandon, yeah, you just said it on the chat. Thanks for sitting with me through that story, everybody. I'm so good at telling stories. Abby, isn't my birthday? No, my birthday was like 2 weeks ago from today. Just had my B-day. Neve says, I'm now going to manifest my boyfriend being a conscious manifester so we can both live our dream lives together in abundance. Yes. I'm telling you, having a partner that shares that vision with you, that upholds your vision, that respects it, that supports it, that has their own, that can connect with you, meditate with you, will, like visualize with you and stuff. It's really beneficial. It really helps. It's really powerful. Oh my God, Sana. Sana says, I'm still trying to find that Uncle Ben's decaf hazelnut coffee for you, but I don't think you can. Don Francisco's Hawaiian hazelnut. And I don't think they make it in decaf, but I appreciate you. Oh God. Oh, Witchy Wheels. I just see Dina saying, welcome to Witchy Wheels. I didn't even see your message. I just really like your name. Nelsie, I love this. Nelsie says, sometimes thoughts of my SP with other women, let's start over. Sometimes thoughts of my SP with other women come to me and I don't react. I just ask myself, does this thought work for me? Nah. And change to positive. Oh, should I do something else? No, I think that's great. I mean, the only thing I would say is, you can expand upon it, but like you're right. Does it work for you? No. And is it a real thing? No. It's just like, okay, think about it like, okay, okay, here, I'm thinking, this is something I've never said before in this way. Ooh, hold on. I'm still forming this. All right. Ooh, hold on. Okay. Okay. So let's say infinite versions of reality, near infinite versions, so many that it might as well be infinite to us, because it's got to be like every option that could ever exist for every person and probably more, right? Okay. So anything that we could ever fathom times plus way more. Everything is already in existence. All these realities are viable right now. They're all, I don't want to say happening, because it's almost like it's a frozen snapshot, almost like each barely millisecond of time is like all these snapshots of realities lined up. So all these potential versions of reality are out there in existence somehow, and we're just like, going to them. Okay, here we go. When you get like a thought of something, so let's say that you, like you said, I had a thought of my person with another person. What if that thought was just a piece, a remnant, a glimpse, a thought, a whisper, an aftershock, a ripple? What is it? I am. What is it? I am legend? Not I am legend. I am robot. The Ghost in the Machine. That kind of thing of just a reality, the reality where that's happening, but it's not necessarily your reality, right? It's like kind of like how in dreams we go to all kinds of crazy places. It's, a dream is a dream, and you're not really worried about what happens in your dreams because it's your dreams, but like your thoughts are the same thing. It's all potentiality. And when a thought comes your way, just think of it as like a snippet of code or a remnant, or even like a teaser, a trailer. Oh, I like that. A trailer for a different reality that you could jump to, but you don't have to. You don't have to look at that trailer and say, I want to watch that movie. You can look at that trailer and say, no fucking thank you, not for me. And that's what you're doing. So yeah, just like, I like that's just what came through, was like, there's all these different realities. Just because a thought comes through doesn't mean it's your reality. It just means, hey, that's out there. Would you, it's like an ad, like a pop-up window. It's like a pop-up for that reality. It's almost like, hey, you want to come over here? Come on down to 103.5 belief.com and you can live this reality where your person is cheating on you with other people. And some of us are really like hypnotized by the sound of that station, I guess. Anyways. Okay. Super chat. Daisha, thank you so much for your super chat. Says, hey, Roxy, been doing work. SP is a male, but the more I do work on self-concept, I'm not sure I like men. Is this common in your findings with others? I would say that what is common in my work with others is like working on the current and then realizing that doesn't fulfill you, while simultaneously realizing that you should and could and ought to be fulfilled. And whether that is with, this SP or another SP, or this version of your SP versus a better version of your SP, this gender versus that gender, it doesn't really matter. What I have seen is a realization that what I have been manifesting and chasing actually does not fulfill me the way I thought it did when I didn't realize I'm fulfillment, right? Like, it's almost like, okay, it's like, this is what I see on either two sides. If you're settling for your SP, in general, not in general, but just a lot of the times what I see, if you're settling for something that is not really like what you want, or is ultimately like not that good for you, as you go through this process of working on your self-concept and understanding that you actually do have ultimate control and you could really just have anything, you start to realize, like, is this same old thing that I've been manifesting what I actually want? Now that I know I can have anything, do I still want this thing? And so that is extremely common. And if you're in that place, that means you're doing, like you said, you're doing the work, because you have gotten past the illusion of your old self, right? Like, you're now realizing, like, you don't have to have what you've always had just because you've always had it. You can literally just think of something different and have that too. So congrats to Daisha doing the work. Okay, Tommy, thank you so much. Tommy is like pulling through with the homework. Okay, so I gave homework last week. Tommy says, did the homework, let go of the old me by burning your SPW work. Okay. Made a new 5316 milestone of my dream life. Nice. Wrote a permission letter to myself to start living, diving to my dream life head first. Yes, that's awesome. Okay, so let's break that down for everybody else. We're talking about what you have to let go of, what's holding you back from being the person that's manifesting the reality that you want. Okay, so, sorry, Cram. This fucking ear cuff does not want to stay. What's the point? What's the point of an ear cuff that don't cuff? I don't understand. Okay, let's try it one more time. If it falls off again, I'm done. Never fucking wear you again. Okay. Malachi. Malachi says, Roxy wants Toad's new cream chip beef corned beef hash combo can for Christmas. Oh. Only the realest people will know what Toad's new cream chip beef corned beef hash combo can is. And I'll take 2. Okay. Okay. We were talking about serious stuff. Tommy said, okay. Letting go of the old me by burning my SPW work. That's really interesting. So you're in the SPW, you did your homework and stuff like that. You burning the story of the old self. Okay. So we're cutting energetic ties. Made a new 5316 milestone on my dream life. I'm guessing you're talking about 5-year, 3-year, 1-year, 6-month plan trajectories. Great. I usually tell people 316. I like the 5 on there on top of it. And, I was listening to Rob Dyrdek talk. Rob Dyrdek on Lewis Howes. It's a really fucking good, really good interview. Rob Dyrdek's talking, in his mastermind group, they're talking about what's your 100-year plan. So, I know Oprah has a 25-year plan. And so we're looking here just at 5, 3, 1, and 6. But I like that you're going beyond, the 3. You're expanding, and the farther you can put it out there, the more clarity you can have on your journey and focus on which direction you should go, I guess. Wrote a permission letter to myself to start living. I love that. I really love that. It's such a great idea. Are you reading it every day? I would try reading it every day, like reading it in the morning, and then maybe read your 5316 milestones, and then read your permission letter every day before you start your day. Nelsie, that was a nice manifestation. Emma says, Roxy, my manifestation didn't work. Okay, what do you want me to do with that sentence? Tommy says, yep, added the 5-year mark. Yeah, I love that. That's a great idea. Tommy, homework for you. I want you to add 10 and 25 to that. Not that you would have to stick to it. Obviously, you can shift it along the way. You can just see what resonates with you. But since you're going there, I want you to expand on that and see where you're going beyond that. Sylvie says, my SP is me. It always starts with me. Yes, ma'am. That's right. Amreen, stop describing yourself like that. Stop looking for the low-hanging fruit, which is the pity likes. And I mean this with love. It's I see a lot of people whose pattern was it's clear that their pattern in life and their programming in life was to get love through pity. And that's how they were able to get love from the people around them, is by being pitied and talking about what's wrong in their life and talking about what's hurts and what's sad and how long it's been and how everybody else but me. And the pity angle, which may work on people, doesn't work for the universe. So, and I mean this with love. I don't mean this to I'm not trying to talk down on you. I'm just saying the universe does not respond to pity. It gives you more things to be pitiful about. Witchy Wheels, hit homework for a newbie. Watch my 360 video on my channel. After you leave the chat, watch my 360 video. That's my personal philosophy on manifestation. Manifesting is happening 24/7. It never turns off. It never stops. You have no control over that. What you do have control over is the thing that manifestations come from, which is your mind and your thoughts, your ideas, beliefs, expectations, worries, doubts, fears, insecurities, hopes, dreams, all that shit. The 3D world that you live in is perpetuated off of your thoughts alone. So if you can learn to control them moment by moment, thought by thought, you can control your entire world. That's my personal perspective on life and manifesting. And that's what I teach. And that's what my 360 method is about. I do have a full course coming soon, but there's videos on YouTube on my channel that are free that you can watch right now. And that's what I suggest you start with, because that's what I do. So best thing I can tell you is do the thing I'm doing. That's what works for me and my clients. So yay. And obviously, like, I'm not saying it's the only thing. It's just, it's the philosophy, the understanding of every thought, every subject, no days off, no thoughts off, no subjects off. How do you control that? That's what my practice is about. So welcome. And if you're interested in one-on-one coaching, I have that at roxytalks.com. Amreen, you're still talking about what's not working. And it's like, again, like you're like, that's just going to get you more not working. Like at some point you need to stop saying these sentences and say something better that works for you better. There's nothing, like nothing's going to work for you until you start getting control of what you're saying. Dabaz, thank you. I'm glad you're here. It's been a while, I think, since you've been in the live, I think. Right? Pastor Dave, welcome. Thanks for coming, and tell your niece thank you for sharing us. Tiffany says that word permission has been coming up so much in the last 48 hours. This is so much confirmation about things I've been feeling internally. Permission is really interesting because we think permission comes from the outside, right? We were taught to believe that permission is something that someone else grants to us, almost in essence. But in reality, or at least like once you're out of childhood, right? Permission's all, it's all you. It's all what you grant yourself. And like, we're looking at like the greater, aspect of permission of allowing yourself to do things, allowing yourself to receive, allowing yourself to be, allowing yourself to change your thoughts, allowing yourself to stop believing stuff that you've believed your whole life. And it's like, everything boils down to awareness and discipline. At the end of the day, if you are aware of the things that you're saying and always knowing that no matter what's going on, no matter how you're feeling, the thoughts you're thinking about your feelings are making your tomorrow. If you can keep that awareness in the front of your mind while you're feeling the feelings of your reality, then you understand that like it's okay to process and be in the moment, but the thoughts need to be disciplined. There's no way around it. And I just, when I first started with my method, it was like, oh my gosh, I've cracked this code. I figured this out. And I was just trying to explain how to do it. Now that I've been coaching for 2 years, I'm talking to people just hundreds and thousands of fucking people I talk to. I'm like, I don't care what you've experienced. I don't care how you feel. I mean, I care how you feel, but it's like, it has nothing to do with it. It's the sentences you think and say. And that is what makes your world. The sentences you think and say creates what comes down the line for you. And there's no way around it. And the universe does not respond to pity or feeling. It doesn't care how you feel about it. It doesn't care how hard it is. It doesn't care how bad you want it. If you keep saying you don't have it and it's not working, it will continue to do just that. Oh yeah, I've seen the mods ask twice now to not spam the chat. Please don't spam the chat. Because the thing is like I don't usually see it. I can't really see much of it because I'm answering questions. So all you're doing is like annoying all the people in the chat and the people that have the power to block you. So like just don't do it. If you want to be able to chat in the chat with everybody, you need to be respectful to the other people there. Pastor Dave says, self-permission is a necessary habit we lose by letting others take our power and needing to relearn to take it back. Yes, absolutely. Just thinking that others' opinions or approval or anything like has any bearing over what you actually do or decide or allow yourself to think about yourself and your world. I get it if up until now people have shown you that you can't count on them. But if you keep saying that you can't count on them, they will keep showing you that you can't count on them. At some point you have to look at people not showing up for you and being pieces of shit to you and look at it and say, wow, I really have great people in my life who show up for me and support me no matter what they're doing. If you want it to change, you are the change that needs to be made, not them. Stop looking at them to change your reflection. It's you that's making them do that. You are making them do that with your incessant need to have this story continue about how you've been victimized in whatever way. Change the sentences and you change the world. And then eventually the feelings come along too. The feelings are a byproduct of the sentences you say. And that's why you feel like shit all the time because you keep saying shitty sentences all day long. And then I come on here and I affirm it over and over, and I just keep seeing it every week. So again, I'm so glad that everybody understands how important and powerful their words are. And they understand it so much more that they understand that their words are almost more important than the way they actually feel, because it's okay to let yourself feel the way you feel and love yourself through it and still think that things are going to work out for you no matter how you feel right now. It is possible, because I make myself do it every day, all day, every day. And I've been doing it for the last 2.5 years. And again, I told you in the beginning, I didn't start out as a positive thinker. I didn't even know what positive and negative thinking meant. I had no clue what that concept even was. When people would talk about being negative, I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? And I was negative. I was one of those people, because I'm conscious, constant stream of consciousness person. And my thoughts were not, I wasn't trained to think in an uplifting way. And so I said and thought a lot of things that were not pleasant or positive. And again, I had to train myself to not say those things all day long, day in, day out, not react the same way, not tell the same story. Like, if I can do it, you can do it. It takes awareness and discipline. I say it every time. It's the cornerstone of my practice. Awareness and discipline. You got to know what you're saying, what you're doing, and you got to be able to do something about it every time. If you can do those two things, you are the master of your entire world. Nanette says, every time I start to spiral about SP, I just say, I am so powerful. He has no free will in my world. He's mine. He's mine. And first time ever, he texted me last night. Yay, it's a start and we'll progress. Yes, that's awesome. I'll give you a little roundy. You deserve that. Tim, yeah, Bible even says words create. Jesus has been saying it. Jesus said it 2,500 years ago, or however, I don't know. Whenever Jesus was around, even if that story is even real. God spoke and the world was blah, 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 blah. Okay, words create. They've been telling us the same shit for thousands of years. And this is the thing that gets me every time. It's like, they've been telling us this shit for thousands of years, and it hasn't changed. It's still the same message. It's still the same. It's still the same message. You can look at the Bible, translate it to today's language, and get the same message out of it. And if you want that, go to Joseph Allies channel. He's really good at that. I'm not a Bible girl, so I'll fuck it all up. But you know that Cat Williams joke? If someone's been they call you a crackhead for 20 years, you're probably smoking crack. If they've been telling you that words create for 25, at least 2,000, I don't know how, what year, 2,100, where am I? 2,000 years. If for at least 2,000 years they've been saying your words create, don't you think it's time to fucking listen a little bit? Oh gosh, okay. Leanne, my famous quote of the day, God spoke and the world was blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Or is it the word? I don't even know. Is it the world or the word? And the word, and it was good. I know that part. Hi, you got your nails in my pants again. And it's okay, good. Thank you. Thanks. I'm sorry, Pastor. There's a real pastor on here, and I'm dropping F-bombs next to Jesus Christ's name. I do it with love. I do it with respect. This is just how I talk. So thanks, Pastor Dave, for being here. Mama Asani, we're in the same boat. Okay. Oh, you guys are fun. Leanne, I love Leanne. Leanne doing my quotes as if they're like super profound. I mean, sometimes they are. This one, I love it. If they've been telling you words create for at least 2,000 years, don't you think it's time to fucking listen? That's a good one. Should we put that on a shirt? I'm just kidding. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hi. Leanne says, I'm a good friend of Jesus and I can tell you he doesn't care. Thank you. Tell him thanks. Tim, we're on the same wavelength too. A lot of us are really aligned right now and connected, so that's cool. Thanks, Pastor Dave. I appreciate you. Thank you. Very kind of you. Simona. Okay, Simona. I want to read your question because your question has a lot of like drama and desperation. Like your little, just this one little blurb is like a Desperate Housewives episode. Okay. I'm going to read it as a dramatic. What is it when you read a script? I've never even like really auditioned for anything. A monologue. A monologue about mental diet. Mental diet is... Wait, hold on. Mental diet is ever worse than food diet. Discipline. But how can you not react when you see him posting on Instagram, but not relying to your text? How? And scene. Okay. So, how is, you know, when you open your phone and you see a post that you care zero about, like, if I open my Instagram up and I saw like a power drill, I would have like the most zero reaction, emotional response to it. You train yourself to pretend that it's not that big of a deal, because if you open your phone and go on this dramatic monologue, you're not going to change your world. And I'm not saying that your experience isn't valid and it doesn't suck or whatever, but like, what's the point of being so dramatic about something you've already manifested unless you want to manifest it again? So I love you guys. Thanks for letting me be myself. Okay. So, if your mental diet's worse than ever, the first thing would be to say is, my mental diet's on point. I'm doing really well. I'm keeping my thoughts on track. Because if you just affirm that your mental diet is shit and then talk about how shitty it is, what are you doing about it? There's no solution there. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. So, you know, you need to like figure out how to control your language. Like, if somebody isn't texting you, then that's a you problem, not them. Why do they need to perform to fulfill your internal shit? That's not about them. It's about you. You need to understand that they are a reflection of you. And if they aren't responding to your text, it's probably because you're acting so... How do I say this? You're acting like you're so convinced that this person is doing you wrong. You're so convinced that he can't do this and he's doing blah, 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 blah. That's why, because you are telling that story. And every time you open your phone, you're not mastering your awareness and your discipline, and you're letting yourself react all over the fucking place and squirting it all over anybody who's in the way. Okay? That's not okay to do to people. So you need to be able to look at your phone and say, okay, interesting. Good thing I'm the source of my own happiness. Good thing I make myself happy. Good thing I'm fully and completely fulfilled in my world. And even if that's not the truth, you need to practice saying that so you can get out of the practice of letting it ruin your life every time you open your phone, because what that's doing is just setting you up for shitty things to be in your phone, which means you're manifesting him to You're manifesting him to respond to them so it can validate the fact that you are getting the raw end of the deal, which you cannot stop telling every single day. Amy says, damn, I need to be taking notes. Good thing you can listen back. What is that? Where's that sound? Is this some sort of power tool? Pastor Dave says, if your mental diet isn't working, change the menu. Yes, sir. See, he gets it. See, it's not about religion. It's the same information across the board. It's about how planet Earth works. And religion is, religions are basically like ways to explain and describe and support people through this crazy earth and the magic that we all possess. It's just, just like my perspective on manifestation is different than you're going to find on someone else's channel. Kind of the same with the religion. It's just like, this is my perspective and interpretation on how to explain this stuff that's happening around us on planet Earth that has nothing to do with us, except for the fact that we're all here living it, right? Like, it's not about us. We're just here and having to go through it. Like gravity didn't come to the party because we showed up. Like, gravity was here and we came, and we have to experience gravity because it's part of Earth. Same thing with manifestation. There's no way around it. There's not going to be a day where you're going to be able to sit there and pity party yourself every single day and then wake up and magically have everything just given to you because the universe feels sorry. It doesn't work like that. You have to stop feeling sorry for yourself for the universe to stop feeling sorry for you. Or for the universe to stop giving you shit to feel sorry about. Anonymous, thank you so much for the kind compliment. Quantum Dynamics says, personally, I've casted some great spells with the Bible. Listen, the Bible, I've said the Bible's like a manifestation handbook, so take that with what you will. Coco Brown, how do you persist despite 3D reality showing you the opposite? I have a few videos on ignoring the 3D and stuff like that. Check those out, because I've talked at length about this a few times. Okay, Dina, I love you. I'm gonna call you out right here. Dina goes, my mom was like, if he isn't texting you, he doesn't care. He's probably happy without you, not even thinking about you. I'm like, ugh, thanks for that reflection. Okay, so my comment is, why are you telling us? And I mean that with love. It's like, if you didn't like it so much, why are you saying it out loud? Why are you telling it? Why are you saying it again? Because now your mom's gonna have to tell you some bullshit tomorrow. Do you see that? And it's like, every time. And then when she says some bullshit to you and you say, oh, thanks, Mom. Guess what? Now the next day, she's going to have to come with you with some shit. At some point, the story has to be that Mom's completely on your side and supports you 100% and always says the right thing or always knows what to say, or that you can handle yourself no matter what she says. And that needs to persist no matter what she actually does or says. Because if you keep saying, oh, thanks for that, that's defeatist, and you're agreeing that your reality is not what you want. So I love you, but it's not going to help you. It's not going to work for you. Okay. Jay says, I manifested abuse in a third party and being left for the third party. And now I'm 37 and can't stop thinking negatively about getting older and not being wanted. But I know this is just thoughts that I need to change. Yeah, exactly. I'm so glad you understand that. What I see here in your comment is you recognize that for 37 years, you've been living out a pattern on autopilot, a habitual pattern on autopilot that you maybe didn't quite see fully. But now you do see, and from this point forward, the 37 years is completely irrelevant, except for the fact that it's gotten you to this amazing point where you see a new perspective. And now from here forward, As long as you can stop yourself from thinking that being old is an issue, that you are old in general. I just turned 38, so I'll beat you. I don't think you're old. I don't think I'm old. And not being one, if you can make yourself not let those thoughts permeate and just redirect them so that they're not like building up inside. That's the key. It has nothing to do with what you have experienced for the past 37 years. So what? I say this to my clients all the time. If you don't want something to continue, then shut the fuck up about it. Like, that's literally what I say. If you don't like that thing, then never speak its fucking name again. If you manifested something you don't like, never fucking speak of it again. That's my philosophy. Because if you didn't like it, why are you asking for more of it? Because that's what reacting to it is doing. That's what defining your world by it is doing. That's what bracing yourself for the next time it comes is doing. It's asking for it. So again, my advice is if something happens to you that you don't like, shut the fuck up about it as much as you can. If we need to talk to therapists and doctors and work on things and get ourselves back in the place that we need to be, great. Outside of that, don't utter those words anymore. It's the words that is making this happen to you. Love. Again, love. It's not you, Jay, that I'm yelling at. It's everybody. It's the words. And I appreciate the fact that you understand that. I've had this, and this. It doesn't really matter. We're not reading it again. But now I see that it's about the thoughts that I'm going, not that you need to change. This is what I want to suggest to you right here. Not that I need to change, that I am changing. That I have changed, that I am changing. I don't think this way anymore. I can see how that led me to this place for 37 years. It led me to abuse. It's not my fault, but it led to that because I didn't know that I could change the thinking to affect the outer world. But now that I do, I'm not going to let myself keep thinking those thoughts that resulted in that abuse. And I'm proud of you, and I'm excited for your growth, and we're all here for you. And, Tiffany. Okay, I'll get to you in a second. For those who are looking for more support, come to my forum, roxytalks.com/forum. We have a community there. You can chat with your other members. You can connect with people. You can ask questions. You can talk about your manifestations, things that are working, things that are not. And just, again, make connections with people who get it, who are in the same boat as you, who can be there with you. roxytalks.com. I'm also working on reorganizing my site so it's more functional for you and so that you can go there and actually really get resources and get help from it. So that's coming down the line soon. And in the meantime, I do have lots of different playlists put together on YouTube for different video for different topics and stuff like that. So if you're working on self-esteem or self-love or career or money or, communication, things like that, we have different playlists on YouTube that you can look there. Otherwise, again, lots of courses, free content, and one-on-one coaching at my website as well, roxytalks.com. And I make a lot of really great affirmation music and meditation music that you can use to put your mind in the right spot all day long. And fun stuff coming soon down the line. I talked last week about Vibes by Roxy, which is my new venture that's coming out soon. I was planning on maybe putting it out this week, but obviously last week I had a loss in my family, so I didn't, and that's okay. And I'm just letting it come out when it does because I just want to put it out with love, So lots of ways at roxytalks.com for you to stay in the vibration, in the mindset, in the connection of and to your ideal self and your ideal reality. Christina, how can you manifest spending Christmas with your crush? Act like you are. Watch my Make Them Come Over video tonight and adopt the mentality that I'm talking about. Leona, thank you so much. I love that name. First of all, Leona, I used to want to get a bulldog and name it Leona. There's a Millen Collins song called Leona that I used to love in my punk days. And my dog that I just put down, his name was Leo. So anyways, I love that name, Leona. And thanks for the kind words. Okay. Thanks, Leanne, for all the links. Joy says, work on your self-concept and manifesting will be even easier. Manifesting is truly simple. I manifested free tuition this semester from school, money, friends, some stuff on my crush, and more. Nice. Okay, I think I missed a super chat. Okay, yeah, Gabby. Thank you, Gabby, so much for the super chat. Okay. Oh, yeah, and I have an interview today, so I need to pay attention to my schedule. I'm talking to a psychic today on the podcast. Ooh. Okay. I'm about to read Gabby's question. In the meantime, if you guys have any questions for a real psychic that it's going to be on the podcast, put them in the chat. And then Leanne, if you don't mind, please, can you collect those and email and you know the drill. So if you have any questions that you would like me to ask a psychic today for the podcast that'll be out next week, please type them in the chat. I'm going to check my calendar again, even though I looked at it and didn't process. 3:00. Okay. All right. Okay. I got this. And then I'm going to answer Gabby's question from the super chat. Gabby, thank you so much. My self-concept is on point, but I love that. That's my favorite. Anytime we start taking the train to Butt Town, I'm like, okay, well, there's your answer. Whatever you say after butt is the problem. Well, let's read it. Let's continue before I make my assumption. Okay. My self-concept is on point, but 3D is in lag with a specific person and has been since our rafting trip in September. Now a month of no contact. What the fuck is happening? Affirms and scripts daily. I'm going to tell you that your self-concept is not on point because you think you have a relationship with someone who hasn't contacted you in months. You think your reality is equivalent to what the fuck is happening. You think your reality is equivalent to I'm affirming and scripting daily and it's not working. You think your reality is equivalent to SP, something happened on our trip. I'm in a time lag. I'm doing it. It's not working. Yada, yada, yads. Your self-concept is not on point because that is all part of yourself. And actually, I'm glad you're saying this because this is unlocking something for me, Oh, here we go. Okay. So a lot of the content and the material and shit and just language, what am I saying? Language and like the idea and notion of self-concept, I think, how am I saying this? It's like it's stemmed off of the idea of like self-love. Remember, everything was like, oh, it's self-love. You got to do self-love. And then it was like, oh, it's self-concept, right? The self-concept came from the idea of self-love. And then the idea of self-love, remember like when it was like, we all just were like, what is self-love? It's such a vague, like generic box top word. It's like I'm seeing like a can of like a can with a white label and just like corn written in black. It's like super generic, like self-love, self-care, self-focus, whatever. Or self-concept, right? So we're getting these ideas off of what we think self-care is, which is like bubble baths and massages. What self-love meant? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, girl, be yourself. Woohoo. Yes, you can do it. Yes, girl, yes. Self-concept must be then, oh, I'm a bad bitch. I can do anything. Yada, yada, yada. That's what we're thinking, right? And sorry if you're not if you're not of the persuasion to think of yourself as a bad bitch, but you get what I'm saying, right? We have this idea that self-concept is this like, yes, I can do it. Yes, I'm a badass. Like, but really your self-concept is the self, which is you as a whole and your ability to manifest and create life for you. Your self-concept is more than just thinking you're a badass bitch that deserves better, because your self-concept is telling you that you are in a reality where you have not spoken to your person for months. Do you get what I'm saying? It goes deeper than the surface level shit. It goes deeper than the first deeper level, right? It's even deeper than that. So, I would say that it's not just that maybe your self-concept in some areas is good, but you don't understand that you're creating everything with your sentences, and all of your sentences need to be on board, and you need to stop describing your life as this. People love to label that I'm in no contact. Why would you say that? Why would you label it that? Why would you look up all these videos and I'm in no contact, I'm in NC, I'm this, we're no contact, we haven't spoken for months? Shut the fuck up about it if you don't like it. And I mean that with love. Like, if they're not contacting you, probably because you say it 50 fucking times a day, how are they supposed to break through that barrier? And they're your reflection. How can they contact you when you say all day long you're in no contact? Do you understand what no contact means? And then you're like, they're not contacting me. Well, maybe you should take the fucking label of no contact off the table. Sorry. Sorry for yelling. I love you. Where to access Roxy's podcast? roxytalks.com/podcast. Oh, Indigo 444. Yay, Troy. Love you, Troy. Okay. Thanks for letting me yell at you, Gabby. I hope that gave you some insight. And speaking, if you want to get yelled at face to face, we're hosting a Zoom chat groups coaching session for everybody that's a part of my specific person workshop. So if you're in the specific person workshop, you have already been emailed a link to the Zoom chat. If you want to join and get signed up before the Zoom chat, which is December 1st, roxytalks.com, specific person workshop is the program that we're talking about. Anybody that's a part of it, we are hosting a free Zoom group chat. Oh, the balloons are losing their deflation. December 1st, 1 to 3 p.m. PST. Anybody that's in the specific person workshop gets to come. I sent out links on Saturday. So if you've joined since then, I'll definitely be sending out, I'll probably send it out like at least 3 or 4 more times in the meantime. And then if you haven't gotten it, hello@roxytalks.com and they'll get you the link to the, Leanne, actually, now that we're talking, because actually I just remembered, normally this would happen behind the scenes, but I just, in case anyone emails you in the meantime, I had to change the Zoom link. So get with me first, because now it's not a Zoom link anymore. It's a Calendly link. So I had to delete that Zoom chat to make the Calendly one. So that link that you have doesn't exist. There's no Zoom there to exist in anymore. So, but it is in the email. So you probably got the email. So if you need it in the meantime, if we're still on here and you need it like ASAP, it's in the email I sent out. Otherwise, get that Calendly link for me. Oh no, you can have my Calendly. I'm sorry. My brain goes a mile a minute sometimes. I'm trying to like get all these things out. Thank God Leanne knows what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm just going to stop. I'm going to move forward. Kaya or Kia, thank you very much for the kind words. I appreciate you. Are you dreaming with your eyes open? Candace says, when you yell, it does something to me. Thank you. Wake that ass up. Okay, thanks, Leanne. Sylvie, thanks. Sylvie likes the yelling. Thank you. Master Miracle, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Okay. Visayas, thank you. Visayas said if drill sergeants never spoke up and yelled, then the cadets would just sit around and do nothing. Thanks, Visayas. He says we need to be shaken up. Tiffany says podcast. Oh, okay, podcast question from Tiffany. Thanks, Tiffany. Elena says it's like the SP is locked in a prison. We just need to unlock the gate. Unlock it right now. Literally close your eyes. Visualize yourself putting a fucking key into a gate, turning it, opening the door, and then just walking away. Okay. Gabby says, I've been going over the modules for the specific person workshop, and in my frustration moments have been seeing the 3D and not my affirmations. Been working on it with Roxy for years. Yeah, and you're doing great. So, okay, Gabby, why don't you make a left-hand, right-hand sheet for your frustration or for your 3D reality? Or, you know what I mean? Like, why don't you make a new sheet for the frustration that you're actually experiencing so that you can have some solid affirmations that you know that you can answer back to in those moments about the specific thing you're having an issue with. Mariama says, but if you're positive 24/7, wouldn't it backfire as you're ignoring some things that matter? Okay, first off, okay, I get your question. I feel you, and I think that, you know, that's a lot of that question comes from a lot of like the popular rhetoric that's out there about manifestation is like, oh, just be positive and high vibe and it'll all work out. It's like, obviously the goal is to be positive as much as possible, right? Like our goal shouldn't want to be able to our goal shouldn't want to, how do I say this? Our goal shouldn't be to want to dwell in negativity. I mean, I don't see where and how that's serving anybody at their highest point in their highest place. So, where was this question? Oh yeah, if you're 24, okay. But the goal is to create the most consistent and positive and pleasant, not positive, excuse me, the most consistently pleasant environment in your mind. Like, I think that's the goal in life. Because my goal certainly is not going to be to live in misery half the time. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So, to find a way to keep the environment in my mind as pleasant as possible, no matter what is going on around me, that's my goal. Nowhere am I saying don't process your emotions, because life still happens. Like, so I know, I'm not sure if you've, Mariam, you've been here before. For example, last week my dog died. My firstborn child, my first dog ever, 14 years. My first, like, we were alone together for a long time. Like, I had a lot of love and story about myself and who I am and what was possible for me in my life wrapped around in my dog. Just, I know that because I had to release those things this last week. I'm still maintaining the idea that things are still working out for me and life is going to be even better. And I'm better because I got to have that amazing soul in my life. And I'm not losing because his body left the physical plane or his energy left the physical plane. I'm not losing out because that happened. Have I been crying all week for a week straight? Yeah. Have I been processing emotions? Yeah. Does it fucking suck? Yeah. Do I miss the shit out of my baby? Yeah, I really do. But is my life over? No. Am I going to stop where I'm going? No. Does it mean things are going to take longer for me? No. Do you see? It's like, it's not about maintaining a fallacy of illusion that you're going to be unshakable to the 3D world. It's learning how to be unshakable to the 3D world. It's learning that no matter what happens to you, your body is always going to experience emotional highs and lows. There's no way around it. You're always going to be, something will always happen to shake you up emotionally. There's just no way around it. Life is like that. There's loss and death in life. So we're always saying goodbye and closing the chapter on things. And that feels like emotionally gut-wrenching to us sometimes, right? So that's never going to change. But if you let the fact that happens to you and that things happen in your life and seasons come and go and things, evolve and fall off and become something different, if you let that constantly make you think negative thoughts about yourself and where you're going and about your abilities, you're not going to fucking ascend. There's a difference between pretending and, like, how do I want to say this? There's a difference between just trying to be positive about the shitty things in your life and looking at your life and saying, okay, I see what I've done to create these. I won't do that to myself anymore, no matter how I'm feeling. It's a mature, elevated perspective. I'm going to let my body go through grief, pain, sadness, fear, worry, doubt, insecurity, whatever the fuck else, apathy. And I'm still going to love myself through it. No matter what, I'm going to love myself even harder through those moments. I'm going to be even better for myself. I'm going to show up even more for myself in those moments. How can that be bad? Why is that a bad thing? Sorry. Love you guys. I hung out with my best friend yesterday. We got fired up. So some of that energy is still there. So. Tiffany, I love it. Morpheus told Neo, I can only show you the door. It is you who has to walk through it. Roxy is Morpheus. She can only show us the door to conscious creation. We have to choose to walk through it. Yes, ma'am. Dina, I love it. Proud of you, Dina. Proud of you, Dina. Dina says, I love how my heart feels so good and I can breathe normal every day. Me too, girl. Me too. Me too. That's exactly it, Dina. That is exactly it. And it's not to It's not to deny what you're going through, and it's not to invalidate your experience. It's to say, I love you so much that I won't describe you as experiencing that anymore, so that I can lessen the amount that you will have to experience it in the future. Does that make sense? It's like, it's not, like Dina saying, I love how my heart feels so good and I can breathe normal every day, is not her. It's not about, again, denying the fact that you are experiencing something in your life and things are hard. It's acknowledging the fact that your words got you there, and saying, I won't let my words continue to take me to this place or leave myself here. Like, if you feel not good, your words can help you get out of that place, but they can also help keep you help keep you there. So you have to make the choice to let your words guide you out and not let your words sink you further. I love it. Is it Kia or Kaya? Can you please tell me so I can say it right? Okay. Bruja says, Roxy, I was doing well on the 360 method, but now I feel like I can't control my thoughts anymore. Whenever I flip the thought comes back. I get flipping and I end up exhausted. Okay, so let me ask you a question. First, I want to ask a few questions for you. One, I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to make an assumption about your pattern. And I'm going to go out here and make an assumption. And I'm going to say that I think that your pattern is to give up when it gets hard. So that's part of it. Part of it is that every single practice that you do is going to adapt. Think about like a football player. You think they do the same sprints and exercises and weight training and everything every single day? No, they're doing fucking ballet. They're doing yoga. They're doing weightlifting. They're doing running. They're doing, I don't even know what. They're doing saunas and getting massages and stuff like that. They're doing all kinds of stuff to keep themselves well-rounded physically and mentally so they can perform at their highest. If you're doing it and now it's hard, why would you give up? If you actually want to succeed at it, why would you give up when it gets hard? That's when you push through more. If you're come to a day where it's hard to flip, then I have news for you. If you weren't flipping that day, you'd be drowning in your fucking spiral. If you come upon a day, if you're doing 360 and you come upon a day where you're flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping and it's exhausting, I'm telling you right now that if you hadn't been flipping that day, you would have been wallowing all day in your pattern. You would have been down in the dumps and letting yourself think shitty thoughts all day. Now, my next question for you then is, what is more exhausting to you, Bruja? Is it more exhausting for you to answer back to your thoughts and not let them have the last word? Or is it more exhausting for you to sit in your pool of shame and misery and pain and just let everything continue and not do anything about your life and not change it? What is more exhausting to you? Doing the work or actually making change? Not making, you get it, right? Let me try that again. What would be more exhausting to you? Doing the work and seeing change, not doing the work and not seeing change. You pick one because you can't get both. And yeah, Mama says, Bruja, music can help calm your mind too, especially listening to your favorite song over and over and to flush the thought out. Yeah, definitely having like the 360 is not just flipping thoughts. It's learning how to live as a conscious manifester. And again, keeping the environment inside your mind as pleasant as possible all day long. If you're tired of flipping thoughts, listen to affirmations, make someone else flip them for you, do a meditation, go for a walk, get out of that energetic space that feels really heavy and do something different. Show up for yourself in a different way that you haven't been doing because you need to make change in your life, You're changing the energy, so you must literally change the energy and move in a different way. Oh, I just got really hot. I'm wearing pants. What is that? A full pant. They are thin, but they are a pant. Okay. All right, I'm going to do a last call for Super Chat. Emily, I have a couple videos on manifesting physical changes in your body on YouTube that'll help you. Somebody asked a question. What did I want to see this question? Mariama says, has your personality changed as you're more cautious of what you say? Yeah, I think so. Hold on, my throat is getting tickly. And I don't know if Malachi's still here. But if he is, he could speak to it and the change in my personality. But I would say overall, sorry, I'm getting that. You know when your throat tickles and you can't, like makes your eyes want to water? Okay. This air probably doesn't help. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I would say that my personality has changed in ways that I'm no longer willing to talk about downfall. I'm no longer willing to talk about what sucks and what's not working. Like there's a time and place for it sometimes when you're working on strategy, when you need to, vent, when you need to get things out and you're, working on solution. But it's like I save it for those moments and then I'm not fucking spraying it all over people. I don't fucking bitch to people about what I don't like. I don't talk about what I don't like. I don't look at my shortcomings. I don't focus on that. I've learned to turn every instance where I would have maybe normally criticized myself or thought something low vibrational or low quality and turn it into something that's better because I get the fact that my fucking words are making my world work. My worth and value is something I work on every day, and that's a byproduct of doing all this work. But my language changed way before my worth and value changed. And that's one thing I wish, actually, I'm really glad I said it like that. Everybody out there it's not working for you. It works for everybody else. They have it and you don't. I've been doing it for this long and it's not working. These people say this and they don't support me and everybody does this to me and it doesn't work like this and blah, blah, blah. If that's your story, I want you to know right now that I had to change my words long before my self-concept showed up and believed it. Do you get what I'm saying? I didn't believe it when I started saying it, but I didn't care and nothing could stop me. And that's why it worked. And I'm still doing that. And I still do it every single day. And to me, there's nothing more important in the entire world than controlling the things you think and say, because everything else comes from it. There could not be. It'd be like if you want chocolate chip cookies really fucking bad, but you refuse to put chocolate chips in your cookies. Well, guess what? You're never going to have them. You will never have chocolate chip cookies if you refuse to put chocolate chips in your recipe. How could you? How could you? And similarly, if you don't like peanut butter cookies, you will never not have peanut butter cookies if you don't stop opening that jar of peanut butter every single chance you get to harp on the peanut butter and putting it back into your recipe. Okay, I have a homework for you guys. So that just popped up something. I want to do hyper awareness. I want everybody to first start with 24 hours of hyper awareness. And then we're going to extend it, try to get to a week. But I want everybody to leave here hyper. I know we talked about it last time about, combing your thoughts, choosing them wisely, thought by thought. But I want you to be less focused on choosing the right thoughts and more focused on paying attention to how many times a day you describe it as not working, taking long, other people's bullshit, wah, this, me, this, it's not working, I'm sad, da, 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 da. How many times a day are you doing that and how long? For how long? How many thoughts can you fit in? Okay, think about this. If you were thinking negatively for 5 minutes, how many thoughts do you think you could squeeze into 5 minutes about your reality? Probably a lot. And then because you spent those 5 minutes thinking those thoughts, you are now influenced by them. You've influenced your own self. You're influencing your own thinking by allowing yourself to think this. And now you're going to go and live the next moments of your life as if those 5 minutes are true. So I really, really, really want every single person here to understand. And now I'm going to piggyback off of something everyone's saying, that other coaches are saying that affirmations are a waste of time if you don't believe them. In my personal opinion, every sentence you say and every thought you think is an affirmation, because at the end of the day, your world is being created off of the transmission that you're sending. Your consciousness builds your world. That is science, okay? This is scientific shit. Consciousness is perpetuating reality. Your sentences are contributing to that consciousness. The sentences you think are describing the consciousness that you're experiencing, and that description is being thrown back at you in a 3D rendering, okay? It's not about, like saying, I am loved and adored 10 times a day at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 9:42. It's not about that. It's that those count, but so do, oh, it's hot outside. I love my life. I hate my life. Why isn't he called? Oh, this sucks. I wish nobody, God, I hate that bitch. Oh, this sucks. Wow, this sucks. You know what I'm saying? It's this buildup of constant in the moment. All those things I just said, those are all affirmations. God, my life fucking, I've been working on it for 2 years and it doesn't work. That's an affirmation. That's an affirmation that you're over and over and over. And that's why your world keeps manifesting like that. Every thought you think and every sentence you say is an affirmation. There is no way that affirmations don't work, because all you're doing all day long is affirming the validation and existence of your reality. Okay. So now if they're talking about like targeted affirmations may not work if you don't believe them, fine. But if you don't believe something, then keep telling it to yourself over and over until you do believe it, because that's how you believe the other shit you believed. Repetition. It's easy to fucking change our minds, you guys. Like, I just want to see people taking control. I just want to see people experimenting with their lives. I just want people to see, hi, I've been doing this for 2 years and it's not working. Clearly, I'm doing something that's not helping myself. What can I do differently? What can I say differently in the moments when I feel the worst? How can I show up for myself better than I have been for the last 35 years or whatever? You know? Tiffany, I appreciate you, says, it's mind-blowing just how many, as Roxy calls them, cheap thoughts we think all the time on default. We don't even realize. Exactly. They're really cheap. They're not even just cheap. They're like the equivalent of an overdraft fee. They're literally taking from you. And every thought can be translated or transmuted into $1 billion thought, just as it can easily be used in that moment. I tell my clients all the time, every thought's like a token or a ticket or whatever, Chuck E. Cheese, and you can trade it in for $1 billion worth of a thought, or a fucking overdraft fee worth of a thought, or, devastation, wipe your whole entire account out. Every single thought has that potential. And if you're not turning every single thought, token, whatever, into $1 billion thought in every single moment of your day, you're wasting your potential, in my personal opinion. Not a waste, but like, you get what I'm saying, right? It could be, you could actually $1 billion quality thought. And I'm saying $1 billion, meaning it's like or $1 trillion, the highest of high quality thoughts that you can think of. If you could replace all of your low quality bullshit that describes the 3D reality that you're already in, that you've already manifested. So why are you still talking about it unless you want more of it? If you could take every one of those sentences and turn it into something that's actually good, actually benefits you, one after another, after another, after another, your entire world works out for you, okay? What more can I say? I'm so glad everyone gets it, and the core of their being. Okay. Tim Wagner says Lil Wayne wrote a $10 million check before he was anyone. So did Jim Carrey. $10 million check. Elena, I like it, says, it's like getting spam emails. Got to be hyper-focused on what we allow into our inbox. So true. So true. Oh, Tim said he cashed it. That's awesome. Emily says, I got yelled at by Roxy Talks. Yes. Sueño says, love your genuine passion and how you never sugarcoat. I can't. I just I can't. It's, it's like it's doing you a disservice. You can find sugar-coated bullshit on the internet all day long. You could go and find some sugar-coated fancy live, laugh, love type shit as long as the day is wide, as Peter Griffin would say. But I don't have time for that. I got shit to do. I don't I don't sugarcoat shit in general. I'm just not that kind of person anyways. So I'm definitely not going to do it in my fucking business that I'm trying to, get my point across as much as possible. So yeah, I just want to, want it to be as clear as possible for everybody. Like, that's my goal. I want everyone to get this so that they can do it in their life. Not so that that I can tell them what affirmations to use. Not so they can come to me and ask me what my opinion of their fucking shit is. So they can look at their shit and say, I'm going to choose my own opinion. I don't care what it looks like. I decide it's this now, and I'm not going to waver from that. Amy says, ask ourselves before spiraling, is this a billionaire thought? Ask yourself through the whole spiral too. Don't start at the first one, or don't stop at the first one. And that's something I see people doing a lot. They start controlling their thoughts at one, and then the second one comes and they're like, oh, another thought came. I guess I can't do it. Well, maybe you can answer back to that one too. Like, why are you letting your thoughts run your life? Okay, I gotta go. I gotta get off. I'm getting grouchy. I'm gonna start really yelling at people. Just kidding. I love you guys. Half kidding. Okay. So our homework this week is first start out with 24 hours of hyper. Okay. Listen. Okay. I'm going to answer this question. If you're typing your question with more than one question mark, you're in desperation. Do you understand that? If you have to type your question with more than one question mark, why is there more than one? Because my question is really important. I really need you to see it. This is urgent. This is a serious matter. All of those things are describing you as not being in control of your situation, just so you know. So if you're asking your question with 3 fucking question marks, you're in desperation mode. That's a start. That's a place to start, okay? Stop letting everything be the end of the world. Your SP not looking at your DMs is not the end of the world. Are you alive right now? You are. So obviously it's not killing you, okay? And I mean that with love. You need, everybody, calm the fuck down about your SP. Seriously. Calm the fuck down about it. It's not the end of the world. And they're not going to come through when you're acting this desperate. You have to be able to fucking chill and know how to keep yourself chill, make yourself chill, keep yourself chill, fulfill yourself, satisfy yourself so that other people don't have the fucking arduous task of doing it for you that is obviously so hard that you can't do it yourself. Boom. Damn, okay? Okay, do you see what you're doing here? Not just listen. You are refusing to figure out how to make yourself happy, but you want someone else to do it for you. Get a fucking grip, guys. I mean this with love. And I'm into myself. I need to get a grip on my shit. You need to get a grip on your shit. If you think someone else needs to perform X, Y, and Z task in order for you to be fulfilled, that's why you're not fulfilled. It's not their job, it's yours. Amy says, I love Grouchy Roxy. I stopped speaking my mind a while back. Worry what the fuck others thought. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Stop worrying what others thought. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. What other people worry about are the things that you worry about because they're your projection. So you can pretty much figure out exactly what they're worried about with you because it's the same things you're worried about because they're going to do whatever you say they're doing and think they're doing and worry about them doing. I love you guys. Mama Flessa, just binge her videos. Thank you. Agreed. And I'm not saying that I'm the end all be all. I want everyone to look at this from a different perspective. The way I do it is 360. This is how I make sure that I'm on top of every thought minute by minute by minute. But that's because I've discovered that every single thought I'm thinking all day long for the rest of my life, always and always has been, is manifesting my 3D world. That part has nothing to do with me or anybody's beliefs or anything. That if you're on earth, you are subject to this. You are not the exception. The universe is not waiting for you to make some fucking grand, gesture. The universe is not holding you back because you don't deserve it yet. The universe is not mad at you and doesn't hate you. That's not real. If anything, it's you that's doing that. Well, of course, 100%, it's you doing that to you. Okay? The universe can only mirror back to you what you do to yourself and what you think in your mind. It has to work like that. There's no other way, or else you're not on planet Earth. Okay? So if you're here, which you are, because as far as I know, I'm not streaming beyond Earth. I don't think I am. If I am, that would be crazy because I don't know who someone else hijacked the stream. And if that's the case, hello from Earth. But if you are here with me, then you fall under this fucking rule. What's in your mind is in your world, period. If you think that things aren't working out for you, you're right. And that's it. But if you think they are working out for you, you're also right. And that's it. Marta, I'm sorry. Marta says, sometimes I don't understand English and I don't understand why Roxy is shouting. I love you. I'm sorry. Oh, you're funny. Joyce, you're right. Joyce says, why are you all complicating everything? To be honest, it's so easy. Just say it is and it is. Thank you. Like literally, if it's hard, that's your cue to say it's easy. I'm not saying it's not hard. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying, shh, they're overhearing you. Say it's easy. For the love of God. Okay. Yeah, last call for super chats and any questions for the psychic. That's going to be on the podcast next week. If you have a question for the psychic, please type it in the chat and Leanne will record it. You can at Leanne actually, and she'll record it and give it to me. And it just may end up in a podcast with a psychic. And I believe her name is Julie Ryan. Let me make sure. Julie Ryan. That's such a Julie Ryan. Such like a name of like a doer. Like somebody, it sounds like a movie star name. Or like it sounds like the name of a successful woman in a movie. Like, I'm Julie Ryan, the successful wedding dress designer. You know what I mean? It just sounds like one of those names. Julie Ryan, the psychic, is coming on our show. She has a really cool name, and we are getting questions. Estelle says no, because it literally is easy. You're right, Estelle. You're 100% right. Period poo, currently manifesting pregnancy with your man. Congratulations, it's happening. Okay. You'd like to know if your intuition is right that you're going to have 5 babies? Can you imagine me going onto a podcast and saying, hi, there's one person in my community that asked if they're going to have 5 babies. Can you please tell us this on this podcast that thousands of people are going to listen to? I mean that with love. And if you're going to have babies, then you should have them. Joy says, why you guys keep talking about how your SP acts the way you don't want them to? That's exactly why they act like that. Joyce is speaking truth. Emily. You're funny. Okay. All right. So let's remind. Okay. We have the specific person workshop group coaching session happening via Zoom December 1st, 1 p.m. PST. So it'll be like Mindset Monday, except we'll actually be chatting. We'll be Zoom chatting. So we'll be face-to-face. So you'll get to see like group coaching in person. Well, as in person as we get via telecommunication. So that's happening December 1st, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. For everybody that's in the specific person workshop, you get to come for free. And if you, I emailed the link on Saturday, I will continue emailing it out until that day. Every few days, I'll email it out again. Otherwise, if you didn't get the email, check your inbox first, please, for Roxy Talks. If you didn't get it, you can email us at hello@roxytalks.com, and Leanne will send you the link to sign up for the specific person workshop group coaching Zoom call. So anybody that's in that course, you're welcome to come. If you'd like to join the course before December 1st, you will have access to the chat. So anybody that's a part of it gets it. And we're doing it on the 1st of December. Okay. Okay. What else we got? How our loves one. Commercially savvy Laura, I got you, babe. Says no, seriously, ask her about how our loved ones speak to us from the other side. Love it. That's a great question. Leanne is putting together a list for me for those questions. Emily, proud of you. Nice job. Nicole, I love it. Nicole Freeman says, and remember, you can rewrite anyone. Yes, ma'am. Even your mom. So our homework this week, I want you to start with 24 hours of hyper focus. And then I want you, if you, the goal would be 7 days of hyper focus. But I want you to get through at least 24. I want you to make it to at least 2:19 PST on Tuesday of paying super, super duper attention to how many times your brain wants to tell the old story. How many times does your brain want to say, yeah, but yeah, but blah, 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 or I wish it was this, or yeah, but it doesn't because of this. Like, I really, really, really want you to be 24/7 hyper, hyper, hyper awareness, thought by thought, combing the sands. How often are these thoughts coming up? I want you to pay attention to how often they're coming up, because then I want you to start thinking about, like, okay, they're coming up this many times. How many times am I listening? If you're not checking your thoughts, the answer would probably be all of them, right? But, anyways, I want everyone to work on for the next 24 hours hyper awareness. We're not talking discipline. If you're already doing discipline, cool, keep doing. Just go deeper into your awareness part of the practice. And if you're new, 360 method is my personal approach. The cornerstones of that method are awareness and discipline. Everything stems down to it. You've got to know what you're saying, and you've got to have the wherewithal to change the sentence. Okay. So I want everyone for the next 24 hours to take the first half of that, which is awareness, and go hyper, hyper, hyper awareness, and just pay attention. Just pay attention to when and how often your brain wants to tell those old stories. You know what I mean? And just see how often you're under the influence of that kind of thinking. And then it'll be easy to see why you're so influenced by it, right? Like why your 3D world is reflecting that. So just take the next day to pay super close attention to your thoughts and the things that you want to say about your world and how you want to react. Like something happens, just watch what you naturally do and what you say. Like, become the watcher. That's what it is. For the next 24 hours, I want everyone to become the watcher. Become the watcher. Analyze without judgment. You're the watcher. You're collecting data. I don't want you telling yourself you're bad. I don't want you saying anything negative about it, punishing yourself for it. I just want you to see how often this is coming up in just 24 hours of your life, okay? Hyper awareness. Let's pay attention. Be the observer of the voice. You're the watcher. You're the listener. And I just want you to see what you do. Like, I'm going to open my phone. And for me, when I open my phone, I get distracted. Like, that's probably the worst thing about my phone is that I get really distracted. So, like, no matter what I'm focusing on, actually, I'm not even going to say this fucking sentence, actually. When I open my phone, I'm really good at getting straight to what it is I need to look at and remembering my task and then putting my phone back down. And I love it. And what you just witnessed was real life me changing my story. What you just saw was not Roxy on a live stream. You saw me as a human being realizing that I don't want to fucking have that story about myself in my phone anymore, and I'm going to change it from this moment forward. That's what you just saw. So that's how it works, and that's what I do all day, every day, is I pay attention to myself, and I don't let myself finish the sentence. And if it doesn't, why? Why would I take that opportunity right now to say one more time anything but the fact that when I open my phone, I'm laser focused. I get right to the thing I'm looking at. I get the task done, and I put my phone down easily. Why would I say anything else? Because I don't even have to say the things to convey the concept to you, because you get it. You understand what I'm at. I don't even want to finish that sentence. Do you see this? I'm paying attention to what I'm saying. I am not going to actively and consciously create a world where I'm not the center of control and I'm not the center of power, and everything doesn't revolve around me in the way that I do things and the way that I want them to go. So you guys just witnessed that literally that's just what I do all day long. I just pay attention, and I just don't let myself and I'll be real, obviously, like, that was the first time I've caught myself really doing that in my phone. So I'm not perfect. I just do it as much, and I just try. I just never stop trying, So that's all I can say. So everyone do your homework, please. Dina's going to set 24 hours on your phone timer. Nice. I love that. And okay, how about this? Let's set our 24 hours on your phone. Maybe set yourself a 12-hour reminder so that you remember why you have an alarm set in 24 hours. And then maybe when you're done with the 24 hours, do a journal session and just dump out your feelings and thoughts and observations. What did you notice? What did it feel like? What was hard? What was easy? What came naturally? What do you want to work on? What did you like? What didn't you like? What did you notice? You know what I mean? Like, how often? Just like really just do a data dump after your 24 hours is up and just kind of analyze. And then we'll come back next week and talk about it. And then if you want to keep going, please do. Extend it as long as you want to. But I will say, don't take this as an opportunity to beat up on yourself for what you do. And also, don't just take 24 hours of awareness and then do it and then say, okay, I don't need to do it anymore, and then stop being aware. Like, the goal is to obviously be as aware as possible 24/7 every single day, every day of the year of your life. That would be the goal. So, try to maintain it longer than 24 hours, but I really want you to do 24 hours of just hyper focus, just paying attention. Okay. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. Emily, I love it, says, always remember that whatever you're saying about something, it can literally only be that. Things cannot change without you. You are creating it. I'm going to say that one more time. Always remember that whatever you're saying about something, it can only literally be that. I want to read this again the right way. Hold on, one more time. Always remember that whatever you're saying about something, it can literally only be that. So no matter what you're saying about the thing, it can only be that. It can't change because you're saying it. It can't change because you don't want it to be the thing you're saying. If you don't want it to be the thing you're saying, you have to change the thing that you're saying. That's the only way it'll change, okay? So thank you, Emily, for that insight. Bruja says, journaling does not manifest. Okay, here's the deal. And I see this with people, like my clients, like we'll get on a one-on-one session and they don't want to tell me the truth of their reality because they're afraid it's going to manifest. I'm like, it's already manifesting. Like, that's the issue. Like, you saying it out loud to me isn't going to make it manifest more. You're already manifesting it because you believe it to be true. And the fact that you're afraid to say it to me because you think it will manifest shows that you believe it, right? Like, you're living in that reality where that is a possibility for you. So you writing it down on paper isn't going to change the fact that you already believe it to be a problem, and it is already showing itself to be a problem in your life. Does that make sense? Like, I see that you're okay. Journaling doesn't journaling manifest it? Yeah, maybe, but you're already manifesting it. So who cares? With journaling, you can at least get it out of your head so you can stop believing it so wholeheartedly and not realizing that you're letting it manifest subconsciously. Because that's the other thing journaling does, is get these thoughts from subconscious onto paper so you can look at it and say, oh, that's what I've been believing. Now it makes sense as to why this shit looks like it does. So writing it out on paper is not going to manifest something that or not going to like extra manifest something that you already believe is possible for you to manifest. Does that make sense? You're already manifesting it. So writing it down is the answer to stopping it manifesting in some ways, because again, it gets out of the jumble of your mind. You can look at it on paper and realize that it's just a fear, an irrational fear. You don't have to believe it. And then you now know to look out for that belief so that you can counter it with 360 method when it comes up. Yeah, Nicole says, I use journaling to find my limiting beliefs. Exactly. That's what journaling is. Journaling gets you to the bottom of your stuff so that you can like rewrite the story, so that you can see what you're actually like swirling in and thinking of and believing. Leanne says, I have probably 6 different journals for different things. I love it. Do I suggest using subliminals while you sleep? Sometimes. I do sometimes, but not always. Because I find like if I have them on, sometimes my dreams are like wild, and sometimes I just want to sleep. But other times I like need them to fall asleep. So it's just like whatever I'm in the mood for. Okay. All right. I gotta go. I gotta get ready for my interview happening soon. Oh yeah, Amy. Also, Amy, this is a suggestion for you, Bruja. Amy says, burn the negative shit afterwards. Yeah, so you could write down the stuff that you're journaling, make note of it, and then burn it if you wanted to like have that energetic release. Tommy was suggesting journaling on the left-hand page and scripting on the right to kind of balance the energy. I love that. And giving you perspective. That's a great idea. Victor says, I know it sounds dumb, but I mean, lots of people say that it's impossible to turn a thought to reality, like putting it into perspective. It seems too much. I mean, lots of people may say that too, but lots of people don't know the truth of the reality. So that's fine. Look into quantum physics. Your reality is creating your world. There's no way around it. So, I mean, you could accept it and work on it, or you could keep denying it and just letting your autopilot and your own patterns and habits dictate what comes down the line for you. Victor, I'm telling, go to the PBS Space-Time channel. Excuse me. Go to the PBS Space-Time YouTube channel where they talk a lot about quantum physics, and understand the way that energy behaves, because you need to understand that this is the way that reality works. This is not some frou-frou thing about, oh, your thoughts can become things. No, that's how Earth works. There's no way around it. You can't not have your thoughts turn into tangible reality. If like I only know the only way out of it I can think of is to die, and I don't know what happens then. And then you might have to come back here and do this shit over again too. So like I'm like, I just want to figure it out now so that I can fucking move on. I don't gotta be stuck in this Earth trap anymore. But that's not, I love you, Earth. I appreciate you. I'm ready to transcend and ascend and move forward and guide in a higher capacity after this life. Yeah, look up the double slit experiment. Thanks, Dina. Yeah, for Victor, double slit experiment is what made me, like, it opened my eyes and understood, like, the double slit experiment is a very perfect analogy for how manifestation works, and it's the study of how energy behaves on planet Earth. So, or it's part of, I guess you could say that. And that will help you make like just accept the reality that this is what's happening and you have nothing to do with it, and it doesn't matter what other people think or your opinion of it. It's still happening, and you're still choosing your world based on the thoughts that you think. Like, you can't get away from it. Okay. All right. I love you all. I appreciate you. The channel is PBS Space Time. That's their YouTube channel. The PBS Space Time YouTube channel. And I've talked about it before. I did a reaction video to one of their videos. I was going to put it on YouTube, and then I was like, maybe they don't allow that copyright claim. And I looked up to see if there were any reaction videos to PBS videos, and there weren't. So I'm going to put it on my website, so you will be able to watch. It's my interpretation of them describing why past and future do not exist. So I will put that on my website soon. I'm working on kind of redoing the website, so it'll get there. But yeah, it's Victor. It is with electrons, but that's what matter is. Okay, it's using matter, and it's showing how matter, while in a probability stage, is both, or how do I say this? Matter shows up as both wave and particle. It shows up as both energy and physical matter. And how do I say this? When your manifestation is in in potentiality, meaning it's like I would like to manifest $1 million or whatever. I'm just going to pick something random. Or even, I'm going to be late for work today, or God, I'll probably miss the bus today, or something like that. It's all manifestation. Where was I fucking going with this? I don't remember what I was talking about. Damn it. I'm so good at keeping my thoughts on focus. Oh, the electrons. While they throw the electrons and they're in the air and they're becoming waves, that's what's happening with your manifestation. So you're sending off an idea. That's your electron being launched from the shooter thing. While it's in midair, it's wave, it's potentiality. Okay, it could be anything, because there's near infinite realities out there. It could be anything. Once it comes concrete in the 3D world, that's the equivalent of the electron hitting the wall, and it lands where it lands based on probability, right? So if you can control the way you conceive of your manifestation while it's in the air, while it's in that probability phase, then you can further influence what it becomes when it becomes tangible. Okay. So that's why I say double slit experiment, because it's a scientific explanation of how energy behaves, and everything on earth is energy, right? So we're all energy. Okay. Exactly, Victor, you get it. And so because that's what's happening scientifically, like that's what's happening on earth. That's what's really happening. And so when you can look at that and understand, like, okay, if like just extrapolate off of it, then look at the way that consciousness behave, like when they open their eyes and they change the way that the particles land and things like that, when they add perception and conception into it, when the concept of the observer effect, if you will, when the observer comes in, changes what the energy and the matter does. That's what we're talking about. Like there's scientific measurement for this. Okay. So again, this is not some froofy woo-woo shit. This is how planet Earth works. The sooner you can get on board with it, the sooner you can control your entire reality. So again, I love you. I appreciate you. Gabriella, my opinion on law of assumption. I'm going to make a video about it. I'm coming back to videos. People keep asking. I know I'm making 3 for sure. I have a little list. I'm actually like I've been listening to Rob Dyrdek. I listened to that Rob Dyrdek thing. He's so fucking efficient with his time. And I'm thinking about maybe like to make some serious efficiency, I might have Leanne start like preparing documents for me of like, maybe Leanne and Dina, I'm saying this out loud. Maybe Leanne and Dina, you guys can connect. I'll connect you guys and have you kind of start feeding in ideas that you see people asking about specific videos that we can put on a little list. And maybe you can send me like a sheet every week. And I'm like, okay, these are the videos people are asking about. Boom, 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 put them out. We send them over to Gina. Gina does her magic on them. And then we get them out onto YouTube so I can still maximize my time, but give you guys the value that you want. So a video on synchronicities. I might have one. I can't remember. It's been a while. But I am going to make a video on law of assumption because people keep asking me about that. So I'm doing that soon. And then if you have suggestions, you can email them to hello@roxytalks.com if you want to see a video on something specific. I'm also going to put that PBS Spacetime video on my website eventually, so you'll be able to go over there and watch it. Just I don't want to get copyright stricken on my channel, so I'm just not going to put it on YouTube. Oh yeah, Vibes by Roxy is coming soon. That's our brand new venture. I'm very excited. It's going to help you be and radiate as your ideal self. One-on-one coaching is available, roxytalks.com. I can help you specifically with your situation, figure out where your limiting beliefs are, how you're blocking yourself, and what you can do to shift your energy. I've got amazing courses, free content, forum, book club, ebooks, meditation, music, affirmations, all at my website, roxytalks.com. And then also we're doing a free group coaching session for anybody that's in a specific person workshop. So if you're in my Manifest a Specific Person workshop, we'll be hosting a free group chat on December 1st, 1 p.m. PST. You have been emailed the link. If you didn't get it, you can email us at hello@roxytalks.com to get that link sent to you again. A video on birds before land. I feel like I did that too. Did I do that too? I don't remember. Okay. Oh, Commercially Savvy Laura says, I think you can write to PBS and get a license to use their stuff. Oh, thank you. Okay. We can put that on our list. Tiffany, I'm going to end on what Tiffany says because this is really beautiful. And Commercially Savvy Lori, thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate you. Tiffany says, it's so incredible, empowering, and liberating when you want something that literally does not exist in your current reality, and just by changing your thoughts about it, you call it into your life. And I love it. You're so right. I wanted to end that on you, or end this on that, because that's how I created Roxy Talks. It didn't exist when I made it. I affirmed my business into existence before I knew what it was going to be. Okay. So if I can do it, you can do it. I've told you guys before, my soul's in alignment with my highest calling. That's what started it for me, you know? So I'm in alignment with my soul's highest calling, whatever. That's just like the work I do is in alignment with my soul's highest calling. That's the concept I was telling myself over and over and over before I had a business. And that's what led me to starting a business. Roxy Talks did not exist. I made this out of nothing. I made this out of thin air. Okay. So you can too. If you need help, roxytalks.com. Lots of different ways to get you the information that will help guide you there. And if you want to speak to me one-on-one to help your specific situation, you can grab one-on-one coaching at my website as well. And if you're in the specific, how much do I affirm in a day? Every single thing you think and speak is an affirmation. So I affirm 24 hours a day. That's how much I do it. And so do you, by the way. Oh yeah, should I text him? I was just thinking about putting that on my list. Thank you. Somebody just asked that question. I'm in no contact. Should I text him? No. Oh yeah, I already put it on my list. Okay. Hold on, I need to put this quote. I'm in no contact. Should I text him? You know what you just asked me? You know what you literally just asked me? And I mean this with love because I get asked this question so much that I literally have it already in my notes. Okay. I'm going to do a video about it. Did you see how I went into my phone? I went exactly to what I needed to do. I did the task and I put my phone down. I did it. Sorry. I'm proud of myself. Okay. Yay. I'm manifesting. Okay. What were you asking me? I can't remember. Fudge, what were we just talking about? I got so distracted by my amazing... Oh, yeah. Should I text him? You asked me... Actually, hold on. No, I'm not going to tell you that because that's going to be cute in my video. Hold on. I was just about to tell you a really good analogy, but then, like... Why not save it for the vid? Okay, fine. I'll tell you because it's really good, and then I'll still put it in the video. Okay. All right. You guys are going to like this, I think. Okay. Oh, I love it. Okay. This question I get asked all the time. I'm going to put this in the video too. I'm in no contact. Should I text him? Should I text them? I probably hear this at least once a day. I'm in no contact. Should I text them? You just asked me. This swimming pool is empty. Should I dive into it? No, you should fucking fill it with water. And then I don't care what you do. Dive in it all day long. But if you're not diving into a pool full of water, it's going to be your last fucking dive. You know what I'm saying? So should you text somebody you're in no contact with? No. Do you not understand what no contact is? You are describing yourself as having no contact, and you want to text somebody in those conditions? Are you out of your mind? I love you guys. Is my chain golden? Yes. I only wear gold. I love gold. Okay. All right. I love you guys. Tim's like, you should already know what she's going to say. You know she's going to scream. Can I repeat that? No, you're going to have to rewind it because I don't know what we're talking about. Okay. Brandon says, if you wish to see God, please dive in. Yes. If you want to see God, yeah, go right ahead. Okay. All right. I love you all. I appreciate you so much. Oh my God. Now I only have 15 minutes. Okay. So this is what I do. I talk too goddamn much. No, I don't. I talk the perfect amount of time. My schedule's always on point. I'm completely efficient in my life. I have so much energy to focus on the things that I love to do. Fuck yeah, that feels good. Okay. All right. Dina, I broke your speaker. Okay. Witchy. I love it. Okay. I love you all so much. Tim's like, get out of here. You're right. Okay. Thank you all. I love you. I appreciate you. Do your homework. If you don't know what it is, scroll up into the chat. Leanne's got it right there. And, let's start a new let's start a new book. I'm reading a new book right now. So I'm just going to say, like, if you want to read along with me, The Illusion of Money by Kyle Cease, and we'll put it up on the website as well. Okay. I love you all. I appreciate you. I'll see you next week. Give yourself 24 hours of hyper attention and awareness, and make sure that you are paying attention to how and when and why your brain tries to lead you astray from your ideal reality. Okay.